All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostle elders in New York, GMS. Salutation to your octave around the world. Just teaching the truth. My name is Maya Ka'ala Nagab, and we're Chicago branch of GMS. And I've been searching for this information for a while, man, because not only Esau abusing opioids, he also abusing synthetic weed, you know. So I'm gonna dig in some, I'm gonna dig for more information, you know, praise the Most High. You ever get my hand on this article by CNN? A lot of Edomites, they don't like CNN, but I like them, because they have certain things about you, you deceivers, man, you devils, all right. The word devil, diablo mean deceivers, man. All right, so it says, CNN Health. All right, it says the dangerous behavior of teens who use fake weed. All right, so this from last year, March 13, 2017, by Susan Scully, CNN. All right, it says right here, it says story highlights teens who use fake weed are more likely to engage in risk behavior. Studies say it is very scary. If you ever seen kids on it, psychiatrists said the synthetic cannabinoids, often called fake weed, are a mix of chemicals sprinkled on what look like incense, sold in shiny packages. Often teens and young adults. It says it produces sensations similar to THC, the psychoactive ingredient in the cannabis plant, yet many users report more powerful, often dangerous effects. New research from the Center for Disease Control, all right, but actually it's Center for Disease Creation, all right. New research from the Center for Disease Control Prevention says young people who use fake weed are also more likely to use other drugs or alcohol, to behave violently, and to have high risk sets, according to a study published in Monday in the journal Pediatrics. All right, so this is what the fake weed package would look like, All right, so to understand the overall behavior of weed user, had a Clayton lead research on a new study in the Health Science and CDC Division of the Dawson School Health turned to the 2015 Youth Risk Behavior Survey on a school-based anonymous questionnaire administered to nationally represented sample of high school students. A total of 15,624 students in grades 9 to 12 reported behavior in 4 domains: substance use, injury, violence, mental health, and sexual health. We learned from 2015 Youth Risk Behavior Survey that nearly 1 in 10 high school students had used synthetic marijuana at some point in their lifetime. Clayton said of these students that are reported they had used marijuana at least once, they're more likely to use marijuana very early life, before the age of 13, compared to students who had only ever used marijuana, according to Clayton. All right. It says sexual risk test said almost 2/3 of the survey students said they never used marijuana, synthetic cannabinoids. All right. So it said, but nearly a third of students report trying routine use of marijuana, while 20% of students also had tried or used fake weed. Digging deep into the data, Clayton and her colleague discovered that students partial to synthetic cannabinoids were significantly more likely to perform risky set behaviors compared to students who limit themselves to marijuana. All right, for it's compared 2% of non-using teens and about 5% of marijuana-using teens. Nearly 50% of fake weed-using teens had their first sexual intercourse before the age of 13. All right, about 30% of the same teen had intercourse with 4 or more people, compared with just 3% of non-users and 20% of students using cannabis. All right. So it says Violence was also more prevalent among teens, partial to fake weed. A third of fake weed users had carried a weapon, compared with 12% of non-users and about 90% of weed users. Meanwhile, more than half fake weed users had been in physical fights, and a quarter drove while drinking, compared with non-users 50% and 2% respectively. Weed users 29% and 12% respectively. The finding indicates students who report using synthetic marijuana are possibly on a very concerning health trajectory, which is partially serious. They get synthetic marijuana use relatively common among adults since it says based on research, she and her colleagues believe school program health professionals should feature not only marijuana but synthetic cannabinoids and prevention strategies. Man, ain't gonna do because he's so behind it, man. You can see, like, you look at this a couple of the designs on the packets. It's Illuminati designs or Freemasonic designs on there. All right. It said packages labeled as safe and natural blends of herbs may give a false impression that the drug is safe alternative to marijuana, yet fake weed has caused rapid pulse, lethargy, nausea, vomiting, agitation, chest pain, hallucinations, delusions, confusion, dizziness, according to the poison reports. The most severe effects reported include seizures, permanent cardiovascular damage, liver damage, stroke, psychosis, paranoia, aggression, anxiety attacks, dependence, and death to overdose, suicide, or extreme negative reaction. All right. With so many of the danger, Andrew Nitterman, a doctoral student in the clinical psychology program at the University of Maryland, designed a separate study also published Monday in the Journal of Pediatrics to understand the risk behavior contribute to a teen using fake weed. All right, it says Nim and her colleagues recruited nearly 1,000 students from 7 public schools in Texas to participate in the survey of 2011, which following a question approximately 1 year. Number one, you brothers who will listen to this in Texas, they'll lock your ass up. Smoke talking regular weed. You get caught with regular weed in Texas, your ass you're gonna do 6 months in jail. And you gotta pay. I forgot how much the fine is, but you will do 6 months in jail. They catch your ass with it. All right, so it says at the start of the survey, most participants were enrolled in the 10th or 11th grades. Ethnic diverse, 31% of the teens were African American, 29% white. See, they always do this. They always said 31% teens were African American, 29% were white, 28% were Hispanic, 12% carried themselves as others. So they always do the same thing with crimes within the month. But they'll say 90, what's that say? 94% among so-called African Americans among Judah, and then they'll say like 84% among so-called white. So it's Esau, man. So Esau a liar, man, trying to save face on you synthetic weed. I don't see any many Jakes using synthetic weed, man. I haven't seen it. My neighborhood here in Chicago, Southside. It says Psalms 58:3. It said the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. They speak of lies. Right? They speak of lies, man. He's all speak of lies, man. Why is he hiding these statistics on this synthetic marijuana, man? Just like the opioids, man. They hiding about that. A lot of the Edomites dying dying on the hospital beds, man. A lot of them died for the opioids. All right, and a lot of them on this damn synthetic marijuana, man. All right. It said analysis of data showed that African American teens and female were less likely to use fake weed, all right, than males and teens of other ethnicities. All right. So some don't match up right here. It says now the data showed that African American teens and females were less likely to use fake weed than males and teens of other ethnicities. So they don't go together, man. You told on yourself in that when you saw it. It says symptoms of depression, alcohol use, marijuana use, and fake weed use predicting using fake weed 1 year later. However, teens with symptoms of anxiety or impulsivity were not likely to report using fake weed later. Results indicate using marijuana may increase risk of fake weed use, but not vice versa. All right. So there you go. You can read it rest of yourself. All right, but I'm on to this case, man. I'm most high willing. I'm gonna dig up some more, man. You know, cause Esau had and stuff. So shalom.